back to another episode of Barry's Barbecue. In today's episode, 4th of July is coming. Why don't we practice on cooking a beautiful brisket for the 4th? We're gonna cook this brisket my favorite way, which is wrapping it in butcher paper after it's been in smoke for about 8 hours or so. The only twist we're adding to it is Wagyu Beef Tallow. I'm gonna actually take my injector and inject the flat with it. Try to help give it some moistness. And if any of you guys know what Wagyu is, it's like the creme de la creme of meat. You can get it from Japan. The fat in it doesn't feel like normal fat. It feels like almost like butter. You start working with your hands and it starts melting. So we're gonna use this beef tallow to try to give us a really moist flat. The point's already gonna be moist, we know that, so I won't do much injecting there. Just when we wrap it in butcher paper, I'll put some more beef tallow on the butcher paper so it all gets the flavor of that delicious Wagyu. I'll get all the prep done. I'll see you when I'm putting it on the grill. Let's fire it up. Before we throw this beast on the grill, here's what it looks like when I'm injecting it with the beef tallow. You can see the fat pieces coming out. You can actually, if you watch close, you can see the meat actually puff up and you can tell it's filling in pockets with that delicious Wagyu beef tallow. Man, that looks delicious. All right, we did get it fired up. We're gonna set this on here. Remember, we're gonna cook it for around 8 hours before we wrap it. When we wrap it, we're gonna use that butcher paper, but we're gonna cover it with a little beef tallow first. I'll see you in about 8 hours. All right, it's been about 8 hours. It'll be a little quieter right now. All the taste testers are still sleeping. But let's talk about what we're gonna do here real quick. We're gonna take the same, that Wagyu beef tallow that we injected into the meat. We're gonna take it, we're gonna lay some of this on the butcher paper as well. And we're gonna put it meat side on top of that. So that layer of fat we left on the bottom of the brisket, we're gonna make sure that's on the opposite side of this. You see this beef tallow is pretty much like, not quite a liquid, but pretty close. Really similar to a warmed up butter. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch here. I'll get the brisket all wrapped up. You guys can enjoy watching that. I'll make some nice background noise for you here. Just some doop boop dee doop boo. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, perfect. There we go. Alright, here's my baby all wrapped up. I'll get temperature thermometer back in her. Now we'll start cooking to temp and fill. We'll see how it feels when it hits around 200. Probably take it somewhere between 202 and 205. Alright, she feels really good and soft. Checking temp, sitting actually right at 203, kind of where I typically finish the cook. Sometimes we go a little sooner, a little bit later. Now what we're gonna do before I put the lid on the cooler is just let it sit in this cooler with it open. Let the heat come down some. Like I said, it's sitting at 202. I'll probably leave the lid off of this until it's somewhere between 185, 190. Then I'll put the lid on the cooler and hold in as much of the heat as we can. We'll probably let it rest. It got done pretty good for us. It's 8 o'clock now. We're gonna eat around 12 o'clock, so it'll get a good 4-hour rest. Remember, the longer the rest we can give it, the better. If we could give it 8 hours, great. I only have 4, so we're gonna give it 4 hours. We'll see you in a while. And we waited the 4 hours. Time to dig in. Looks delicious. Looks like we got a good part. Look at that jiggle. That's what you want. We're gonna cut in the middle here. Remember, this part's gonna be the point. This part's gonna be the flat. We'll cut them a little bit different. So we'll just cut in half here to open up and see how it looks. Oh my goodness. Look at the juices flow out.
The juices are dripping there. Oh,
okay,
baby.
So let's start, actually let's go a little bit farther in to get you a piece of the just flat piece, okay?
So what are we trying here? We've got flat in the middle.
So this is flat, this side, this will be point. So this is typically a little more fatty. I did something a little different to the point this time and I want to see how it turned out. So first off we'll do the bend test on it. So beautiful, it lays right over. And then your pull test. Oh my goodness, like butter.
It smells good.
Here, why don't you try that piece?
Oh, please. Are we doing sauce or just the brisket?
This is the brisket itself.
Oh man. Alright, so you've had one of my briskets before.
I have.
This is Jordan, another subscriber. I had to drive all the way to his work to get him to be on a video. What do you think of that?
Well, it's amazing. It's juicy.
So where's that rank with the other briskets you've had of
Oh
mine?
man.
This might be my best brisket.
I don't know what you did different, but I think this one tastes better. It's got a little more flavor.
I'm gonna try another bite.
It's a little juicier. I'm lighting this piece up right here. I gotta get more of this. Can you zoom in on this real quick? Look at this right here. You can just see. I don't know anything about barbecue. I don't know the lingo. You can just see all the juices like dripping off this piece right now. And I don't know what you flavored it with, but it's got just enough bite. That's amazing.
So then you notice I turned the brisket too, and you cut a little bit thicker slices when we're doing the point. Let's get a point piece in here.
So the point's a little more fatty, or is that
Yeah, the point has a little more fat. So you see,
Right,
there's
yeah.
still some flat on top, and then this is the point piece.
Oh my gosh. These juices just don't stop.
Try that piece.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna try a piece of it as well. And then we'll give you the verdict.
Oh my goodness.
Hot dang.
And just when I thought you couldn't get more juice in it, oh my goodness.
So, everybody out watching the video knows, I injected it with Wagyu Beef Tallow, which is like liquefied beef fat.
Oh, really?
Right?
Okay.
And Wagyu is obviously the highest cut of beef you can get. Guys, this one's a must do. Try it, eat it, love it. I think you should order up some Wagyu Beef Tallow.
Yeah, it's way juicier. It's amazing.
So good.
It's really good.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Boom, 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 boom. Barry's barbecue.